Hey guys, welcome back to CMTEQ channel. In this short tutorial, we're going to see what will happen to the synchronous generator the moment there is a sudden increase in the load. Basically, a sudden change in the load by 20%, which is a factor that I've already defined as a load event change here via the RMS dynamic simulation. Now, as things stand, you can see I've got an external grid here connected to this load bus bar via the 2-winding transformer. I've got a line and I've got an SM machine with its bus bar. Now, as things are running currently, it's steady state conditions. Okay, we've got 8 megawatt here, 6.7. There is plenty of reactive power in the system, right? Things are running steady state conditions. It's some form of stability. But now, the issue here is in real life, things are not running at steady state condition at all time, because in a power system network, there is a lot of dynamics happening. Things are busy connecting, disconnecting, all sort of loads. Machinery is coming on and off constantly, okay? So which means the power system network needs to at all times react to those sudden change, where it will enter instability, then it must recover to go into a stability mode. So that's basically what we're going to see in this short tutorial. Obviously, there will be a longer form of this tutorial where I'm going to show you guys how I've already set up this synchronous machine. I've attached two models, basically an AVR model and a governor model, which predefined parameters, which I've edited some of the parameters, and I've attached a single bus bar where we want to monitor, okay? And we've got our governor model as well defined here. So if you stay tuned onto CMTEQ channel, you're going to see the longer form of this tutorial with much more details, explanations. And by the way, if you find this quick demonstration useful, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to CMTEQ channel. That will be highly appreciated. Great. Now let's go ahead and run the initial conditions. We need to calculate and set initial conditions. As always, please watch my previous tutorial where I clarify why this is very important, because we need to know where we're coming from before we know where we are going. Okay, that's why the initial conditions are important for us. Now that that is set, the next thing is to obviously define an event, which I have already done. Let me go ahead and show you the event that I've defined here, a load event. So it's going to happen at 2 seconds time, and we are basically increasing the active power by 20% and the reactive power by 10%, and that is load 2. And we say okay, and we close. And the next thing to do is to obviously define your plot, which you have to add your synchronous machine, add it, or rather define it for the result for the RMS simulations. Then you need to go ahead and execute your RMS simulations with a time of 5 seconds. Let's go ahead and execute. There we go. And as we can see here, there is a load event happening. Incremental change, active power change by 20%, reactive power change by 10%. There we go. Now, what happened during this transition, this increase in the active and reactive power altogether? What did the synchronous machine do in order to cope with that instability? Before we look at the graph, in real time, the rotor basically will slow down, okay? The governor, which we've already attached the model, will react, and the system will basically fight to regain stability, to fight out of the instability created by either a load change or a short circuit happening on this line or on this bus bar or on the generator bus bar. All these happen in a matter of seconds. So let's go ahead and have a look at the plot. Okay, this is not the plot. Let's go ahead and create the simulation plot. So we're going to go ahead and click there, double click on the element, select the synchronous machine, okay, and we need to find the variable. Now we've got plenty of variable that we can actually monitor here. Let's go ahead and select the speed in per unit. I'm going to go ahead and say okay and okay. There we've got our plot, and it's just a straight line, but we need to scale this up so we can see exactly what's going on here. There we go. We can see that from 0 up to 2 seconds, that's exactly where we decided to increase the load by 20%. And when that happened, we can see that the synchronous machine speed had some trouble. There is a instability. Things were running very smooth here, 1 per unit, but over here when the load change, there is instability and there is change in the speed before it returned to some form of stability to basically adjust based on the governor and the AVR system. Now, what are we saying here? Initially, the machine was basically running in stable 1 per unit condition, basically indicating the nominal synchronous speed of our SM generator. Right after the disturbance, right at this point here, at this knee point, we can see that there is a dip there, right? The speed drop slightly below the 1 per unit. And there is a rapid increase in the speed right after that, okay? Now, obviously, I'm saying a rapid, but we can see that it's just an increase of 1.00012, which is quite significant if you want to scale it up. We're talking per unit here. This is basically the machine's inertia and control response kicking in. The governor reacts to the change in the load by simply adjusting the mechanical input power. And as a result, you can clearly see these overshoot. This is a clear control loop overshoot happening here based on that control system. So it's peaking almost close to 1.003 per unit. This is clearly the mechanical power exceeding the electrical demands, and that is caused by the instability that was created by the sudden change in the load, because the system must adjust. And after that, you will see some form of oscillations here, and the system will eventually try to regain stability and settle, showing a damp system response. These oscillations are basically typical of the interaction between the machine inertia and the governor dynamics. And obviously, we are only simulating the first 5 seconds or the first 3 seconds after the instability occur, and thereafter the machine will eventually regain instability, well, still within the capability of this machine. Because let's say this synchronous machine here is a 10 MVA synchronous machine, and if you increase the loads demand so that it can supply more than it can actually maintain, then obviously you're not going to reach instability. The system is gonna continue in oscillations and until things are going to overheat and eventually shut down. So that is it, guys, for this tutorial. Please stay tuned on to CMTEQ channel. In the coming tutorial, there will be a more in-depth overview of this tutorial, the settings, how you can actually define and control these parameters. Obviously, if you are working on a power system project, this is your result, this is your output, this is where you're working towards. You maybe have a task where you need to limit this overshoot. Okay, this overshoot is a problem for you, so you need to work your model, control your controller, right? Basically, determine your controller, define your controller so that this overshoot can be controlled and be a much smoother system response based on the sudden load change. So that is it, guys, for this tutorial, and as always, if you found it useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to CMTEQ channel. Until next time. Cheers.